Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us as we dive into the exciting world of AI-driven project management. We stand at the brink of the fourth major paradigm shift in technology. From the early PC era to the rise of the internet and mobile computing, each shift has transformed our world. But the revolution that we are experiencing now with AI might be the most significant yet. With AI at center, we now have the capabilities of reasoning, planning, memory, and context through speech, text, video interfaces. This isn't about new features, it's about fundamentally transforming user experiences. From enhancing the productivity of individuals and small businesses to revolutionary outcomes in health and education, AI's potential is immense. Today, we explore how this technology is not just an evolution, but can cause a revolution that can redefine economic landscapes and societal structures across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct honor to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Upendra Giri, who stands amongst the elite as the only 1,346 professionals worldwide to hold the prestigious PfMP certification from the Project Management Institute. With an impressive career spanning over 30 years, Mr. Giri has collaborated with multinational giants, including NASA, Microsoft, Kaiser, and Airtel, bringing innovative project management solutions to complex and high-stake environments. In recognition of his exceptional contribution to our field, Mr. Giri was the youngest and the only Indian to receive the prestigious Eric Jenett Award for outstanding contribution to the field of project management, an honor bestowed during PMI's 40th anniversary. We are privileged to have him speak here today. And I'm also going to mention one very important line which I think about him. There are people around the world who think differently, but this person is the one who just doesn't think differently, but he's someone who is out there to create a difference in the world.
Thank you, Shahrukh. Thank you very much. Today's agenda is all about artificial intelligence, especially generative AI. The journey never stopped. So let me just walk you through what I have for you today. We're gonna talk about because there's a bug in the system that everybody's talking about. What AI has to do, what generative AI is gonna impact jobs and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about it. The revolution and ubiquity, especially, which is all over the place. I was part of a conference, which I will share very shortly, and the project map practices and generative AI, how does it impact this domain, this profession? So we're gonna definitely talk about this thing, and future-proofing careers, and that's the focus for this session. So I would like to know in the crowd, number one is, how many are the freshers? If you're a fresher, type A, please. If you're a fresher, please type A. Just out of college, because I have something exciting for you guys. People who have less than 5 years of experience, but you have some experience, then type B. Then C would be people between 5 to 10 years of experience, please type C. And if you are 10 years plus experience, then of course D. And those people who have some certification, no matter what in project management, please type which is your highest level of certification in project management. If you are out there and you want to share this thing with other people, so just type your certification. And if that's possible, you could do it. And I can ask for maybe the highest level certification and which year you got it. So that will give us some idea that who we have in the audience. This tie has done so much wonders in my life. I can share with you that AI was all over the place. Generative AI was all over the place. And it really transformed me when I heard the news in November 2022 that this concept is here to have some transformation work to be done in the world. Of course, AI is not new to people, but generative AI is new because that has a different twist to it, because you can teach your systems how to behave, and the expected results which you want to get. So simulations can be done much better. So who is the gentleman in the picture in the middle? He's the gentleman who found a company called NVIDIA. And NVIDIA, for last 32 years, he shared his story. He used to wash dishes at Denny's, actually. And from Denny's to dashing personality, that's Jensen Huang, who has created a $2 trillion company. And the growth happened right after ChatGPT was introduced and generative AI was introduced, because that runs on the platform which he has created. It's a hardware company. The biggest valuation rise which happened in the world happens to, the credit goes to NVIDIA. So great, wonderful. The other people, there's a gentleman who's giving a speech. He's from Himalayas, Himachal Pradesh. His name is Jay Chaudhary. He's the gentleman who's the CEO and founder of Zscaler. All right, guys. There's no other product, there's no other platform, there's no other app actually out there in the world which got such a huge adoption in the world. So you could look at, ChatGPT took only 2 months to get to the first 100 million users. TikTok took 9 months, Instagram 30 months, of course, and Spotify took 55 months, and of course, Uber took 70 months. So can you imagine the power and the widespread wildfire is there, and it's growing like anything. I'm going to talk about, of course, myths. A lot of people are scared, worried, what will happen to their jobs? Of course, the myth first, number one is, will generative AI replace all the jobs on the planet? And a lot of people say, will the technical people will be on the beneficiary of this technology? Or will it diminish human creativity? So I'm going to take one by one and make sure that we understand what we are getting into. So stay back, relax, guys. Generative AI is here to augment human capability, your capability, create new jobs for you. It only streamlines processes, boost emerging industries. For sure, space industry has so much potential. Climate situations have so much potential to give so many opportunities worldwide. Generative AI will only benefit high-skilled workers. No, it's not true. It works with and collaborates with people at different skill level, and it enhances efficiency, productivity, and creates new job roles. People who are on the webinar, who are benefited with this session, would be the witness, would be testament to this as the future unfolds in front of us. The next thing is, how about the human creativity? To me, I think human creativity just began, because you have a companion. Generative AI complements and amplifies human creative abilities, because there's a symbiotic synergy between these two. Art, design, and innovation will come together to create the impact in the world. Guys, this slide, I can only tell you, in the race of rapid change, because change is inevitable, right? We find our greatest potential. Generative AI is not the end of human creativity. It's just the beginning. Unimaginable possibilities. Just like cloud, generative AI is here to stay, live its purpose, its promise, and the potential. And that's what I have a firm belief of it, because I've been talking, interfacing with lots of people last, especially 2 years. It's been amazing, amazing experience so far. Where all this AI transformation is going to touch, of course, the low-hanging fruits are autonomous vehicle. I went through this experience myself when I sat in the Tesla car when I came from India, first time back from India. I felt that Fremont is the place where Tesla was founded. Fremont is the place where Astrovix was founded, by the way. Same place. Astrovix first was founded in the East Coast, where PMI was founded, where Primavera founded, but then in Bay Area, we were in Fremont, actually. Healthcare, can you imagine the level of precision it can get to? It would remove all sorts of difficult tasks. It will remove all sorts of dull tasks. It will dirty tasks. Imagine when you are doing the surgery and AI or artificial intelligence and of course generative AI based robots start performing, where the fear of performing on your own, you could be a great doctor, but you can't perform on your own son. But now the robot will be able to help you, assist you, and deliver magical results and magical outcomes. Imagine the space I come from, climate and natural disasters. You could tell, you could prepare yourself and evacuate from the places which could be giving signals of some calamities which is predicted actually. So this could be very powerful application. My favorite one is the learning growth. That's called, and that's what we want to bring the model of flow model, where you get in the flow, where you enjoy the growth. And I will talk about it, how we are going to use technology in order for you to give the real experience which was missing, for even better than in-person workshop, which I used to love. I have done 3,000 workshops, and my first workshop, there were 2 people, but my biggest workshop was in Karnataka Vidhan Sabha, where CM, Deputy CM, and the entire machinery of 400 people. And I know there is a gentleman, Ashish must be there on the call. Ashish was a gentleman who's helped me set up the lab actually in Vidhan Sabha. We rolled out, Microsoft EPM rolled out, was done for 400 people. It was amazing, amazing experience. And even Microsoft could not believe their eyes. The level of transformation we showed at that given point of time. That was in year 2007, and it was right after Bombay Blast. So not Bombay Blast, it was right after Hyderabad Blast in stadium. And everybody was skeptical whether this event will happen or not. But Shri Kumar was DGP Karnataka. He was participant in one of my workshops on project management, and he'd been kind enough to get the exposure to even ministerial level people. Wonderful. Guys, personal and workplace productivity. When COVID hit, we were all locked down. Seema and I and our kids and our dog, actually, Cardi, we all participated in Tony Robbins event, by the way. You know, we are a huge fan of Tony, and Seema and I have walked on the fire with him 2 times before that, in 2015 and 2016. And that has been transformational, and it makes you think very differently, you know. So the potential and capability we all of us have, how much of that we really live and produce the outcome based on the potential we all have. The purpose we might have, but we don't know our purpose of why we are on the planet. What I believe in is that you are born at least 2 times. When, of course, you celebrate your birthday, that's your birthday, but when you know why are you on this planet, I think that's the second time around when you are born. So what does this generative AI gonna do? By the way, especially those people who are new to this space, I think I would recommend that you get ChatGPT, download it, and or if you just have Microsoft Explorer, just look for Copilot there. You will start seeing that some outstanding results, and it will start making you feel good, which you could probably see that your productivity, my productivity in last year has grown 3 folds already. This is the similar level of transformation I saw once I got my PMP. I used to make $45 an hour as a project analyst. And then I got my PMP. This was 3 times. You know, I started billing to my customer way back in 1999. And that was right here in Bay Area. So 3 times. That could be, I see the productivity 3 times. My compensation was 3 times our PMP certification, by the way. Excuse me. So AI in project management, market solutions and service, market size enormous. When we started with ChatGPT or generative AI in 2002, the market size was $2.2 billion. Now the market size in 2023 reached to $2.5 billion, but that's the start. But right by the time 2030 hits, you would have 3-fold of the size of the market, which would be available for project management. The biggest growth is happening in some of the market where you are able to leverage the power of artificial intelligence, especially generative AI, for intelligence scheduling, real-time monitoring, and using the power of NLP based communications. And of course, collaboration has gone big time. So I would say the bank, finance services, and insurance are growing at 21.9% using AI in project management solutions. That's incredible. The solution segment dominates the market. I was blown away when I heard the news when the Li.io was bought by Microsoft for $1 billion. It's a company which does OKRs. You set your goals, you deliver those goals and stuff. That solution was bought by Microsoft, and that's when I knew the challenge which we all had in a strategy execution. The challenge is that people say that strategy is only 1%. 99% is alignment. And that proves that value of OKRs in the companies these days. It's going to be amazing journey as the time unfolds. So I can tell you guys that world is evolving. Don't miss this boat, because I'm going to go deeper into it. And by the way, this slide, especially which these are purple color or dark blue color slides, which PMI did a wonderful job. And watch out, a lot of content would be coming from PMI as the future unfolds. And it's amazing organization. I have been nurtured by this organization for over 25 years. I've been blessed. What experts are saying, So let's understand. Each one of them is saying one thing, that PMI there, of course, doing wonderful stuff, and research standards, they are evolving and all that. But at the same time, they are going hand in hand with the innovations which are happening in the world, especially AI space. They have done a wonderful job. And I wanted to thank PMI leadership for putting all this thing together. And there are some testimonies which are come here. What people are saying, that AI or generative AI is here to stay, create a difference, impact in the lives of all those change makers. And then the future looks phenomenal. Future looks so bright. I can't just tell you. So it's going to be amazing future as we, look at these three people. I will share this content with you. Once this would be made available, I'll ask the team to make this thing available, but future looks awesome. So the human touch would matter tremendously, especially in the times of where AI adoption has to go to the next level, and mastering AI would be call of the hour for each one of us, especially on the call. So the amazing opportunities, because you could bridge the gap, because the gap is going to expand, where so much to be delivered, so much to be done, but the right capability, right skills, that would be in huge demand. I can just give you the witness right here that it's somebody who's working in a project environment versus who's not working in the project environment. You can see the difference in the package, especially in US. It's almost more than 40% difference actually in the salary packages. And PMI put this thing together. The opportunity which are in front of us, 90 million to 25 millions. Today, from 90 million to additional 25 million people would be required in project management space. They are adding 2.3 million jobs every year. And this gap is going to be widened, especially with a big employee, the expansion going on, and a lot of people are retiring, especially in the mature economies. So I think that the opportunity is really, really big. So it's not only me which is talking about it. Look at World Economic Forum. So I wanted to have your attention here in 2015 to 2020 and 2025. So if you could notice that complex problem solving was #1 skill in demand, which kept its position in 5 years later also. But in 2025, can you imagine that #1 skill has dropped to number 3 now? What happened to #1 and #2 then? So analytical thinking and innovation has taken number one. And I was shocked. I was not shocked actually, because I was living this when this report came out. I was sharpening my saw, because active learning and learning strategies has taken number two. And please remember, leadership and social skills and social influence is the one of the top skills, one of the top 10 skills as we move forward. So we have come up with a concept called the learning experiential learning platform and lab in the virtual setting, which will give you better value even in-person classes, because I was a huge fan of doing 3,000 workshops in more than 25 countries, trained 100,000 people. Believe me, this power of AI, generative AI, clubbed with the opportunity on hand, with the global collaboration and learning from each other across the globe, gives the wonderful opportunity for all of us to share the wisdom which we all carry. So if you're 0 to 5 years experience, go through this thing, go learn in this environment, get your CAPM, the most sought after certification. That's your entry level. If you are just graduated from college, this is your the go-to certification. Then of course, those people who have more than 5 years of experience must go for PMP. I'm sure on the call, there are a lot of people. Ms. Khan Saab is also teaching a lot of people in Pakistan. I know that for sure. And a lot of other people on the call are teaching this certification for almost, I've been teaching, as I said, 25 years now. Our difference in PMI Gold certification, I know there would be a whole bunch of people who would give you this training and certification, the journey. But the difference is, what if you don't feel in your body, you can't keep it in your body, you can't deliver. So the thought stay in your head, the feeling comes in your body, and action happen by your hand. So we have tried to collaborate the power of 3H, the power of 3H, head, heart, and hand. And that's one aspect of this. It's called think, feel model, think, feel, act model. We leverage the power of that. We also leverage the power of being in stay in the flow state. Flow state is nothing but when Sachin Tendulkar is playing and he's at peak of his career and he is hitting century and sixer after sixer, you try to stop him. You cannot. And that's the power of flow. And we are bringing this innovation put together with Microsoft, where you would be able to leverage the power of all these technologies available, supported by generative AI, so that you experience as you are thinking, analyzing, getting the feedback. So 3F formula again. I'm so much about threes, by the way. 3F formula: focus, flow, and feedback based. And that's what, so focus, flow, and feedback. So this is our lab, which we are creating, as this is in inception as we speak. So you could literally see that how can the journey would be so enormous, guys. So you go through our PMI, our Upbuild Academy workshop, which would be like 34 contact hours for PMP, for example, online training, or it could be in person also. We will give you a certificate, which is a world-class certificate, which this is called PME, Project Management Expert, which will allow you to get your 35 contact hours of training. And then you go to PMI, of course, with that certification, because you are qualified to not only pass the PMP, but really rock the world in the real world with the power of generative AI, because you are skilled, you are equipped with that capability now. So you have power of PMP certification and power of learning, experiential learning with us, and the world-class facilities. World-class facilities, world-class faculties coming together to create a fortune for you. 3F again: faculties, facilities, and fortune for you, right? And that's what I feel. There's so much to be offered. So with that, this is what fortune which you want to go for. And PMI says that guaranteed, I think, 25% incremental we have seen, witness with the certifications, and your choices now to make. Wonderful, guys. Thank you so much. And my prompt, I'm sure you have your own answers, but I wanted to share what the prompt I gave to ChatGPT, and that's the answer, or Copilot actually. Those are the answer I got, by the way. So I'm sure you want to see that actually, because I'm using ChatGPT and these things for literally everything, because that has become part of me now. So make sure guys, you choose your friends, choose people you hang out with, because that's going to be next, my last slide. So the future is ours for the making. But in this journey, you choose your partners, you choose your companions, you choose that people who will transform. And that the reason why I'm saying, because those people will influence your thought, because your thought become your word become your actions, and your actions become your habit, and your habit becomes the character, and the character defines who you're gonna be down the road. This is your friend Upendra Giri. You must have probably seen, but I wanted to share some of the resources which I probably used to do my research.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Giri, for this very insightful session. I'll take it on from here. And I'm sure the audience got an amazing experience with all the insights that you provided them around AI and project management and how they can enhance their overall productivity and also their career growth. Thanks a lot once again for being with us. And we'll make sure that we are doing these sessions regularly so that our audiences keep getting these valuable insights.
Sorry to interrupt, but there's a, because this particular webinar uh, authorizes you to earn your one PDU. PDUs are the certification, the credentials or credits which you need to report to maintain your PMP or PGMP or PfMP. My PfMP is coming for renewal because I got in 2015. So you guys will be blessed with one PDU, and this certificate will be mailed to you. So please put that in the request, because it would not go to every one of you, because we don't know who those people are who have their certifications already. For those people who want to maintain their certifications, please put in the chat box and give your email address so that we can send your certificate. And the way you want to see your name being spelled. So spell your name properly, and we will be able to mail your certificate back to you.